I'm not ODD. I just have oppositional defiant disorder. What's the difference? Conduct disorder is a relentless pattern of conduct in which basic rights of others and key age-appropriate social norms or rules are violated. Oppositional defiant disorder is a pattern of negativistic, aggressive, and defiant behavior without the more serious violations of the basic rights of others that are seen in conduct. How do we teach children with oppositional defiant disorder? First step, change your mindset. These are not problem behaviors or bad behaviors. These are behaviors you would like to target for change. When you say words like bad behavior and problem behavior, a perception of the child forms in your mind. Bad kid, problem kid, get the kid out of here. The child is okay, it is just a behavior you would like to go away, so target it. Find a multimodal treatment. One intervention is not going to change the child's behavior. You will need antecedent modifications, things you do before behavior has a chance to show up. You determine when those need to be employed by looking at behavior patterns, time of day of the week, context, setting, subjects being presented, certain peers being around, certain adults. You will need to teach replacement behaviors. This child has learned that certain behaviors have a payoff. The child will have to be taught ways to release anger and frustration in socially appropriate ways. We cannot just tell them to be good. We have to actually give them techniques that will help them do something different. You will need to make consequence modifications. Everyone hates this one because it's, what will you do different when the behavior occurs? We don't like to think about changing ourselves. How will we avoid paying off with attention or escape from work consequences and yet still manage the behavior? Let's look at the reason behind behavior first. How can I make it appear the child has more control over situations? Attention. Does the child want the adult attention or peer attention? Revenge. What social skills can we give the child to help them refrain from reactive strategies? Escape. Why does a child want to get out of work or get away from a situation? Let's look at some specific examples. Label appropriate behavior. Instead of telling the child what not to do, tell them what to do by labeling it when you see it. I like the way the more you say, the more you'll see. Get rid of the totalitarian rules. Don't, no, quit, stop. Sticks and stones. Children with oppositional defiant disorder need to learn bonding strategies in order to build relationships. Teach the ODD child to respond to others rather than react to others. Teach the I strategy for independence. Share the emotion, feeling, explain why, the cause, make a request, the solution. I feel frustrated when I don't know the answer to a question. Please teach me a trick to make it easy. Cool down technique for youth. Children with ODD tend to think, I must react immediately to this situation because that's what we do. The truth is, we don't think best when we are upset. Train yourself to do the following. Use the late night host technique. If you don't have enough information yet, ask an open-ended question like, tell me more. When you deal with it, handle all problems with compassion first. Show you understand how they feel. Use a point system. How many of you collect frequent flyer miles or reward points for hotels? It makes you want to engage in a particular behavior. Check-in, check-out program. The most critical factor influencing the development of pro-social behavior is the attachment to at least one pro-social adult who believes in the child and provides unconditional acceptance and support. ODD. First instinct is not to trust adults. Times for the ODD child. Touch them, high five, or gentle touch them on the forearm when talking to them. Message. We touch people we like. Use their name, make eye contact, and smile. Power. Give the child power to control their destiny by giving them independence. Using options, teaching them to think, how is this next decision going to affect me? Proactive, not reactive. Teach a child to have a plan to keep themselves in frontal cortex. Teach them breathing techniques. Give them an outlet for tensing muscles, such as a stress ball to keep in their pocket. Teach them how to go to their Zen place. Affirmative. Teach the child to tell themselves positive statements. I can handle this. I am better than this. This is not worth losing. Privilege is over. Ice it down. Know how you can add ice to a hot cup of cocoa and it cools down to just right, or ice an inflamed muscle and it calms down? Learn what to say to bring the child down to just right. For example, if the child likes to set up the overhead projector and you see they're about to go over the edge, ask them to set up the overhead projector for you. Music calms the inner beast. We all have times when our inner beast comes out. Share with the student what you do. Rules for parents and teachers. Have clear expectations, not rules. Don't say don't, stop, quit, or no. Routines. Changes in routine can be just as upsetting to a child with ODD as a child with Asperger's syndrome or autism. Stick to the routine and let them know about changes in advance. Give them heads-up reminders. When the music stops, you will have 2 minutes before the bell. Find out what floats their boat. Focus on strengths. Notes. Children with ODD will do the opposite of what you want if you tell the world they are doing a good job. Give them love notes privately telling them what they did well. You catch more flies with honey. Never yell at a child with ODD. Safe place. Have a place for the child to go if they absolutely need it. Do not call it time out and do not use it as a punishment.